Yeah, I get it though. And then people always gonna bitch and complain about something. That's life. You're not recording me right now, are you? Like, I said something on the thing, like, oh yeah, just talking shit. Grew up like in a football family. Got beat up on my older cousin trying to make me tougher. Realized football was not for me. Got into basketball. Got very good at basketball. When I first started, all the cousins make a joke like, oh, he's soft, so he can't play football. And I got very good at basketball. And next thing you know, I was getting notoriety for that. And everybody was like, oh, I knew you was going to be great. And that whole shebang. And then didn't make it to the NBA, but made it in the world right below it. And that was amazing. And then one day all that was gone and done. And I was trying to figure out what's next in life. And got into photography, then got into film. And now I'm shooting national TV commercials and movies. One of my best friends, Corey Ingram, he got me to like start documenting my rehab. He put in my mind of like, yo, you can make a comeback and it could be a whole like story, just document your rehab and stuff like that. And it's funny because I never did nothing with it. I still have like the clips on my phone. So like sometimes I end up scrolling by and see it and just, it takes me back to that moment in time. But it also is cool at that point because I could see how far I came and how much I've grown as a human. So, yeah, I give them the flowers for that. And, you know what I mean, when they go through their down points in life, I make sure that I'm there for them to try to give the same support. Learning to be vulnerable, learning to be open with people and letting people know that I was scared, that I didn't know what was next and what was going to happen. And because a lot of times I give off very confident. I got this, I'm all right. You don't have to worry about it. I'm here now. It's all going to be good. And I don't always feel like that. And this was definitely one of the times, even though I was trying to speak it, but learning to be open with people and be vulnerable with people definitely helped. And then I think helped them to be able to help me. Growing up in New York, I thought there was nothing outside my blocks that I lived on. And ball took me all over the world. You know what I mean? I lived in 12 countries. I met some amazing people, did some amazing things. So it's like, how can I not still love that, right? So overall, yeah, I could sit back and look at it and be like, yes, this was better for me. Better for my peace of mind, better for my family, better for me. Being able to be there with loved ones, spend time with them, see them in their accomplishments, right? So, yeah. Overall, yeah, I could honestly say it was better. I just wish I could have chose it and say, no, I'm gonna walk away from the game. You gotta move on. You know what I mean? I could have dwelled in like, man, yeah, I could have made the NBA if X, Y, and Z. And I'll be honest with people, yes, there's certain things, if I took certain people's advice at the right time or went this route instead of this route, yes, I probably would have made the NBA because I just missed it. But I also wasn't good enough to where like I couldn't be denied. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of it. I was a very good player. I was probably in the 2 to 3% in the world. But the NBA is that 1% or that half percentage, right? So like, it's only 400 spots every year. And there's new people coming every year. One amazing thing about life is you can find things you enjoy, and especially nowadays, you can make money off of it in some form or fashion. So like, I try to tell everybody, if you have something you love, I mean, try to make money off it, try to make it a business. And if you don't want to, some people just enjoy it how it is, and that's cool. Make sure it's your hobby. Make sure it's something you could do for yourself to bring that pure joy in your life, right? So when ball was done, it took me a little while to come to that understanding and come to that realization that I'm not just a basketball player no more. You know, I'm Darrell. So who else is that person? you start learning and you start meeting people, and I met people that would break down an image, break down a picture into such an artistic level that was like, wow, it just opened my eyes to a world that, like I said, I didn't even know was there. And then I started getting on film sets, and that was like magic in reality. The closest thing you'll see to magic in the real world. It was just, it could be rain outside, we could still make it look sunny with the right equipment and right lights. And watching actors bring out raw emotion after I was just joking with them, having a funny conversation, and the next second they're crying on screen. It was like being a kid again, almost. And it was a big team atmosphere, so it reminded me of ball in that aspect, and I just fell in love with it. Set can be very stressful when you're filming, and as a director of photography, there's a lot of pressure on you, but it also gives me that game time, game day pressure, that same feeling, that same butterfly feeling in the stomach that you just like, all right, all the practice and preparation is done, it's game time, it's time to go. And I love that feeling with it as well. But like, I meditate in the morning before I had to set. It just keeps me calm, cool, collected, and I could visualize the day before I'm actually on set, which helps a lot. And I actually would have never got into meditating if it wasn't for the short film that I shot, where these kids were meditating to deal with gun violence and trauma they've been through in their lives, and that helped them get a better peace of mind and move forward. So I learned it from doing that project, and I've been taking it along with me in my life now. There was this big shooting between these two rival gangs out in Malta, Mississauga, and they shot up a whole like block barbecue area behind an apartment complex, and a kid ended up getting hit and dying. And this was like a classmate of a lot of these kids, so we ended up doing interviews about them because the teacher of the class saw Director X's TED Talk and saw how he talked about pushing meditation and how it helps with trauma and can help you deal with certain situations in your life. So she brought it to her classroom and got the students really into it. And then they tried to bring Director X to talk to the kids at the school, but the school system wouldn't allow it. So they took it into their own hands and teamed up with Headspace and created this documentary so the kids would be on, and you have to get them to open up, which Karen did an amazing job doing, of getting them to open up and speak their truth and speak their trauma. And to do that, we wanted them to lead a meditation on camera, and to make them feel comfortable, we had the whole set do it with them. And that was like the first time I ever meditated in my life, and it was such a common experience. And you could see them being tense for being on camera the first time and talking about the gun violence they experienced and seen, into how meditating relaxed them and made them more at ease. I was sitting at a bar one day and I was telling them, like, yeah, I have to retire. It's definitely going to happen. I don't think I could keep pushing with this no more. The need's done. And I was like, you know what? It's going to fine. It's good. I live my dream already. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to get a regular 9-to-5 job, make like $50K a year. You know what I mean? When you're ready, we'll start a family, and I'll just be a dad. Like, I don't want to take no work home with me. I come in at 9, check out at 5, chuck the deuces, and I'm just straight husband and dad mode, and that'll be my life. And like, you know, given we were a little drunk, she got very emotional, and she was just like, started getting teary-eyed. She's like, no, I don't want you to do that. That's not why I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you because you're so passionate, so intense about something you love. You know what I mean? I want that for you. I want you to find that again. And so, I mean, I tried different things. I found it again. I'm a man of, what's the word I'm looking for? Routine. I'm a man of routine. So like, you know what I mean? And I formed this because I lived overseas, and I lived in some countries where if I find something I like, I'm just going to eat that, I guess, for the next 6 months, because I don't like all the food in this country. It just was what it was. So like, she gets me to try new foods, and because I'm not a foodie, but like, she wants to go out and try places, and I'll go out and try stuff. And I'll I like things that I would have never tried, never. But so she opens my life to things like that, and now I was traveling the world by myself before all this, and now I have a travel buddy, and we're venturing into new countries together that I haven't experienced and she hasn't experienced, and we're learning new things together, and it's just cool to have that partner on your journey of life with you. Enjoy life. Life could be scary as fuck, but it also could be so beautiful. So no matter what journey you on, try to enjoy it the best you can. And if you're on a journey where you know the destination you want to hit and you're just like, I want to be here, don't forget to stop along your journey and take some breaks to look how far you came. Because a lot of us forget that. And because we're always chasing, we'll hit a goal and won't even celebrate that goal long enough before we're already on to our next goal. And that is such a toxic mentality to have, because you'll have it in your mind that you're always chasing and not succeeding as much as you want. Where if you actually just stop for a second and take a breath and actually look at how far you came, you'll be amazed at all you've done.